Greetings, fellow Earthlings. I'm Neil. So, if you want to be a writer, there are certain prestigious awards out there. So, for example, the Nobel Prize for the Literary Awards, and there are also Man Booker's Prize, something like that. And there are just in any kinds of competition or literature or film industry, there are all kinds of awards, certificates, to establish your own prestige within the writing community, and then becoming the best-selling authors, something like that. So for that, we can actually try and look for certain data. So for example, if you wanted to actually realize or understand the writing industry, right, of the publishing houses out there, what kinds of books they're publishing, after they published a book, what kinds of what kinds of audience, the amount of audiences that they're going to have. For example, if you want to publish a book, you have to have a few expectations, right? What kinds of sales do you want to get? And then and also if we wanted to understand a particular kind of a career or job, we have to understand everything is kind of like a pyramid shaped, right? The people at the top, they are making the best, the top dollars, and then there's only a few of them up there, and then the rest is all, down in the lower spectrums. And then there are also all those aspiring writers who wanted to tell their own story, want, to create these worlds, create these intellectual properties. So at least we have to, understand the writing community. So for that, we can, there are writing communities and conferences out there, and as well as book signing events. So those are something quite interesting, and we also have to, have our own connections, right, with the editors in different publishing houses and with literary agents. Because publishing and writing is a difficult process. Like anything, probably service industry included, or you have to consider about the cost, the potential investments, and the potential returns. Those are genuine things that one have to consider, but it can be quite fun. Basically, no one is going to show you all the ropes unless you have your own connections and your own treasure trove of cash flow or something like that. Otherwise, it is going to take time. It's time and dedication, this gradual process of enhancing or perfecting one's craft and building up all those connections, having all those alpha, beta readers out there for you. You have to slowly build up an audience, and then you have to have a persona, right? Your public image. That is also something that you have to consider. For example, if you are a public figure and then you have extramarital affairs, then you have to consider that, you might be rejected by the entire literary circle, and then the industry itself, and by your audiences as well. So if you want to have sales, you basically have to have your own consistency and integrity. Well, there are sellouts out there, but sellouts, it can be derogatory term, but then everyone have to make ends meet, right? So that's something that we have to consider. So today's writing prompt, I had been watching, YouTubers play Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. And I'm just, I had been interested in this type of writing anyway, detective and hacker related, someone who is dwelling into the human unconscious psyche or something and discovering the truth, each one of us has a definition for what is truth. It can be interpretations of something out there, or it can be something that should be universally accredited. So this definition of truth is going to it just basically rings different bells for different people. And anyway, so you're a detective. You can't just start detecting something out there all by yourself. Or maybe you can, but that's like a journalist's job, like investigative journalist. But who says that a detective can't become a investigative journalist, right? Anyway, like we wanted to. So for example, if we want to become a detective, there are certain traits that we are gonna have. Like we want to dig up certain stories. We like stories. We want to uncover, to unveil, to make something that is, totally obscure, turn it into something transparent. We have to have this urge or this dedication or this eagerness to do that. Like we are zealous about doing something like that. But there are certain things better left untold. So many things are better left untold. So that's it for this writing prompt. Once again, not a lot of people is going to upvote it, and I doubt anyone is going to write a response to this. But once again, it's for my own personal, comfort or something like something like that. So they don't necessarily have to have a response. So today's writing prompt is kind of like a Ready Player One, like where you get kills, where you kill an animal or something like that, and you gain experience points. But it is in a real world setting. So yeah, that's today's writing prompt. And that's it. See you next time.